Yo, what's the land bass assassin? What's up? What's happening? And I am attempting to show something, but again, no good deed goes unpunished. I was attempting to show Steve that I do have a proper Hobie kayak paddle, and then chaos ensued. I disconnected the connection for Elon. So I do, Steve. I just don't utilize it because it's very cumbersome, bro, and I don't like it. And right now it's sort of put in incorrectly. I mean, this is helping cool me down because it's got a lot of water flipping around. So, yes, Steve, I have this ridiculous paddle. The ridiculous paddle cost the connection of Elon, but apparently I can go about, I wish I had it the other way. It's because it has this little chingle dangles where you can lock it in, but so apparently right now with the way this oar is situated, I could go probably 3 miles an hour. So I see 3 miles. We've hit 3 miles an hour. I mean, if I wanted to get a back workout, well, then I guess I could. I don't like the way I keep hitting these shingle dingles that are on here. So a back workout is possible. I had to take out the Chevrolet's connection so that I could control it better with these paddles, or with these oars, I should say. But there is a lot of water being flung everywhere, bro. Just FYI. So this is cool in the winter. I mean, in the summer, it's cool. But in the winter, not so much. I mean, it will be cool because you will be cold. So, Steve, this is the same paddle that I had before, bro. Oh, so I show Steve the paddle, and then Steve critiques the paddling. It's never enough. Steve, this is the first time that I've paddled in this fashion. I've never had my drive not work, so I've never had the need to paddle this way, row this way, or this way, whatever the case is. But I do not claim to be an oar expert. Did Moon just do a one-up to Steve's last comment. But yeah, Steve, it's just 2 paddles connected, 2 oars, whatever you want to call them. Dead Rabbit seems to be having fun with my usage of words, but it's they're just connected. They're usually separated, and that's why I had that one just chilling, because it's harder to store the kayak with one full oar. All right, so now we got water just everywhere on this phone. If some of you guys get banned, well, my bad. It was the water. It was the water, not me, guys. Oh, look at that. They were going to throw down right there. Yeah, so Unlimited thinks we're being punished. Well, right now, I'm just working out, Unlimited. Like I'm getting my back muscles in. Oosh, 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 oosh. I'm getting into Olympic form. I almost want to make the Olympic rowing team so that Steve can then be all like, oh man, this guy's way better at rowing than I thought. I was like, Steve, I'm just hanging out on the weekend, bro. But if I wanted to, then I would row like a beast. We are hitting 3.5 miles an hour. This is equivalent to push-ups Unlimited, but not. These are back push-ups. And right now, the oars are not lined up correctly. So I gotta twist them a little bit each time I put them in. So Olympics, here we come. My shiver legs, my back muscles, whatever, bro. You name it, we'll get it. My legs are even confused right now. They're like, what the heck is going on here, bro? How are we moving? But we're not moving. Okay, now how to separate this, I don't know. That was one of the problems. That's why it's never in that configuration. All right, let's go back to normal duties. None of these oar guy duties. We don't want to be doing the oar guy duties. We want to be doing normal guy duties. Okay, a lot of water on my phone. Let me wipe that off. Apparently I went to BBL's in the house. Not a bad video to go to. All right, I'm back on the live. Steve, if I'm on a kayak when you come down here in November, bro, we got issues at that point in time. And I will guarantee you, then you will not see me on a kayak in November. All right, guys, there is some bait activity here, that's for sure. This is kind of like other situations where we're all like, why do we even leave this area? But we have to explore. We have to explore, because if not, it's the unknown, and that's what bothers. Steve, we want to be kayak rookies, bro. We want to be the worst kayakers on YouTube. That is what we want. Because if we are not, and we have become kayak experts, then something has gone drastically wrong. Something has changed in the time continuum, because how did we become expert kayakers? Through experience, and that's not what I'm looking for. Kayaking is cool, but it is not how we intend to fish. I'm gonna have to put, next time I'm gonna have to put some kind of lubricant so that I can take this thing apart. Because it is very difficult to take it apart. It's probably gonna have to be a 2-person job. Yo, Steve, can you not see my legs? My legs are wet, dog. My legs are wet right now from using the oar. Okay, we got something to bite. It's an okay one. It's not huge, but it's better than what we were getting over there. All right, guys, get ready for one of you guys to get banned from the chat. Not because of anything that I'm doing, but because this fish is going to splash water and potentially cause a chat. I mean, this fish might even donate to myself from myself. Who knows? All I know is that he's very feisty. He's not as big as his feist would have you think, but he is feisty. I mean, I guess he's big for here. Definitely big for here. Cálmate, güey. Cálmate, güey. Definitely big for here. At least our experience. People have probably got bigger fish than this guy here. Dude, I figured out why this guy bit my bait. He looks like he's blind in one eye, but a weird type of blind. Not a blind, but like a oracle kind of blind. Like he's about to tell me my future. That's the type of blind that I'm seeing here. I will take a picture of it momentarily. Oh yeah, that's definitely Oracle blind. All right, guys, this guy's probably about a 2-pounder, if that, but it is a 2-pound spotted bass. Estimated 2-pound spotted bass, because we don't have the scale, I don't think. Not here. It might be back in its proper location. Yeah, I think it's back in its proper location. I think. Let's get one more feel around here. All right, back in its proper location. So we will just estimate this to be, I mean, we can easily say this is a little Juan. Put a little Juan right here. And this is a rough patch on the tongue that spotted bass have. All right, the Oracle spot has now been released back into the water. All right, guys, that was off of that Kitech Impact Swimmer, or whatever the heck this thing is. He's a little torn up, but that's an okay fish to get that bait torn up on. Just an example of why do we leave? Trying to look for the drop. All right, this is the drop. We're currently in 34 feet of water, 32 feet. I have seen that drop, the drop of super glue suggestion, but one, I do not have super glue, and two, this is a screw lock jig head, so the bait is not tearing at the head. The bait is tearing at the side of the body where the hook went into, or they're tearing off his butt. There's a lot of fish activity here. Ah, that was a bite. So I do believe there is a mixture, some kind of solution that helps sort of toughen up your baits. So I am stepping this Kitech down to wherever, bros. There's some kind of, I think there's a softener, but I don't know if there's a situation that will help make them more durable. I think Stretch Armstrong's stuff is patented, bro. But it just seems right at this 20-foot drop. Or this drop into 20-some feet. That's where these fools are chilling, but... Oh, you know that's out of most people's budget there, Snozook. You will have to dip into the Lord's cheaps for that, dog. We see him in the jump over here. Let's see if we can get there. Doubt it. We're basically in 42 feet of water right here. And just waiting for the party to start. And there it is. The party's on. But I don't think I can get there in time. "39 feet. Based on what I'm seeing, these fools are like down there. I guess they are down there. Not that big. We got to be concerned for our bait more than anything. All right, not that big, but another spotted bass. At least we still have our tail. Not that big. "34 feet, and I'm seeing billions of them, guys. Bazillions. Rough estimate. I was just letting that guy coast down there. That's okay. Maybe we gotta go deeper, guys. This right here is an okay fish. Well, that's odd. But that Kitech was. Look at this, dudes. There's a little shad down there. And my Kitech. So we'll weigh this one probably about 2.5 pounds, closer to 3. But I guess if we got time, we can try and figure out stuff. This fish is not quite a Little John, but it is close. It is as close to a Little John as you can get. Let's let him go. All right. So now we've moved over to where that fish was. All right, so we're in 36 feet. We're gonna slowly work our bait towards us, hoping to replicate what just happened there. Now I am letting that bait basically pendulum towards me and letting it slowly swim. There's not a lot of reeling action because we are in 27 feet of water, 30 feet of water. I mean, I can let it sink, but it's not as deep right there. So like right there, it's already hit the bottom. We're in 35 feet of water. Let's see if we can't do something over here. Are there fossils here? Let me take a look, Snizook. I'm hoping that I run into a prehistoric bass. I got a prehistoric turtle. Well, it was definitely gross. I wasn't a fan of the turtle. Seen some fish lines underneath me. Uh-oh. Rob's onto me. He knows I have, apparently, an outstanding warrant that I haven't paid for. One 1,000, two 1,000, three 1,000, four 1,000, five 1,000, six 1,000, seven 1,000. There's about 1,000 1,000 fish off to my right. Let me go with the numbers and throw off to my right. I didn't even see the Bastodon joke, bro. My bad, Snozook. My bad. All right, I gotta understand this layout here because there's a bunch of fish. On that section right there. I'm in 43 feet of water. I think Rob has sent the chopper after me. I gotta verify where this chopper is to know if Rob really sent the choppers after me. I see it. It's right above me. Rob may have sent the choppers after me. It has a blinking light in the front. Good thing I'm masked up. They might not be able to recognize me. Well, that was weird. You guys hear the chopper noise? Patoo, patoo, patoo. Sounded like they were shooting lasers at me. Time check. Past the time that we were expecting. 11:19. It's game time. It is time to surrender the odometer reading. I do not know it right now, Rob. I don't want to lie to somebody and make my situation worse. Gotta locate these crazy groups of them. Right now, in 40 feet right here, there is nobody. Nobody is home. It's more of a countdown situation. Not a countdown to when they're gonna hit, but a countdown to where you want to be, what depth. Now, if there's ever a question whether Rob sees old Rodcasts, well, that would be answered right there. Rob is asking for the odometer. He knows. Rather than warning people about the scam, I've taught people how to scam. Uh-oh. That's a problem. That was not the intent of the public service announcement. "32 feet. We're throwing a 3/8 ounce Kitech impact swimmer. Well, jig head, and the Kitech is not 3/8 of an ounce. Uh-oh, Silver's the one who turned me in. She called the Rob authorities and told them, "Hey, Rob, I think this guy is not fishing on the Tennessee chain. Can you do something about it?" And Rob was like, "Gladly." I've been meaning to bust that fool for something. Billy, we are fishing in Alabama on a small body of water known as Lake Katoma. This is not a private lake, Dead Rabbit. Don't turn me into Bill Dance. Then I'm out here fishing private lakes, dog. I'm fishing with Bass Assassin today. Nah, dog. We're out here on a public lake. It's just not as big as we usually fish, but we're in a kayak, bro. It's all good, Billy. We're in a kayak, so we're not Ah, you son of a fish. All right. Took a swipe at me. Somebody took a swipe at me right there. Nah, bro. You telling me that Bill Dance live on a private lake will be catching every cast? No. Now, he may be your childhood hero, but let's not immortalize him. I believe he had 1 or 2 casts in his lifetime that he didn't catch a fish. I'm just saying, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that you heard it here first. Bill Dance allegedly had 1, possibly 2 casts that he threw in his life that didn't return with a huge fish. Now, that's me going out on a limb, guys. Now, I could be wrong, but I'm going to stick with that and say that potentially he didn't catch a fish on 1 or 2 at a minimum of his cast. But, you know, if he is your idol, then I do not want to ruin that for you. I mean, that's like saying Jordan never missed a shot. And Jordan did miss shots. But his greatness came from still shooting and making them when they counted. So, a little different. And again, guys, if Bill Dance is your hero, I am not trying... Hey, there's a banner over there, guys. Let me see what the banner says. I am not trying to make him not be your hero. I'm just saying, quite possibly, there was a time that Bill Dance casted and it didn't come back with a fish. It's not guaranteed, but quite possibly. Where is that plane? Okay, I found the plane. I can't tell what the banner says, though. Oh well, guys. I guess we'll never know what that banner says. So that plane did not get us. He would fall out of the boat for your entertainment. This Bill Dance sounds like a cool guy. I think I like him. Except for the fact that if I fall out the boat, more than likely a lot of equipment's going with me. And that's going to cost me some dollar bills, yo. So because of that, I'm going to hesitate to fall in the water for the enjoyment of Dead Rabbit. I thought about it for a brief second, Dead Rabbit, but then I thought against it because of the fact that I have some stuff on here that I would like to take home. If I report back with less chingle dingles, the moderator might give me some chingazos, bro. So I also feel like I could maybe put a drop shot on, but I'm I'm not tying a drop shot on. It seems like we are going to have a lot of time to figure this out. Drop shots, swim baits, you know, this, that, and the other. We will have time to unlock at least this one section of the lake. Because if I see fish underneath me, then I should just be able to dangle my chingle dangles down there and have them be all like, oh, would you look at that? You don't see this here too often. Betty, would you like to have a bite of this? And Betty would say, oh my God, that's amazing. Oh, I'll definitely take a nibble of that. And then boom. Big old Betty is in the boat. But I don't know. We've got apparently all the time in the world, seeing as how we have not received our boat back. Okay, there's a bait ball right there. Scared it. As long as I go underneath it, I think I would be the belle of the ball. All right, I see where the bait ball is. Let's get in that party right there. Drop to the bottom. And miss a fish that nibbled me. And miss the second fish that nibbled me. And probably have no tail. Let's check it out. We still got a tail. Those fish must have been tiny. But then again, in our relaxed pose that we have right here, that is not a good hook setting pose. We are posted up, leaning in our seat like we're leaning like a cholo, bro. 25 feet, there is a shad ton of bait underneath me. And it looks like there are some fish on this wall. I just need to get down to them. So, yes, I need to go and watch some college football, but also, yes, fishing in the shade is muy nice. So I'm going to do that for a little bit. And there we have a fish, but he's tiny. Okay. So I saw 10 million fish down there. I believe if I just drop this down to him. Hey, don't you mess up my bait, son. The littlest fish that could is going to ruin my bait. All right, guys, so this is a largemouth. Just a largemouth. Not large, just a largemouth. I'm going to throw this Kitech back down there. He's all toe up, bro. But I'm just going to jig him up and down like he was messed up. Because I tell you, he is messed up. But they don't know that. All right, we have reached rock bottom. I'm not sure what Rob is dog snotting. All right, so it seems like this Kitech still has enough butt wiggle to be enticing to the fish. Rob, what are you dog snotting, dog? What up, Glenn? You missed 2 fish, Rob. Or did I miss 2 fish? Don't worry, Rob. Those were probably little fish. Bro, this is like I'm in a hammock right now. I'll put my feet up. I'm just gonna be like this, dog. Watch that little. I'm just gonna be laid back, resting, dog. Wake me up when I catch a fish. Just let me know, bros. I'm in the shade. I mean, there's potential to catch a fish right here. There's bait over there, apparently. I'm gonna get in an area where bait is. We're just kind of hanging out. The chat is chill. Rob's in there. Just dog snotting. Creel, where you going, dog? Creel's leaving. Bro, we gotta shut it down. If Creel's leaving, what's the point? What's the point if Creel ain't here? If a fish is caught and Creel is not watching, does the fish really get caught? Nobody knows. Do we want to know? Now I'm hung up in something. This is when relaxed fishing goes wrong. But we'll just relax, mosey our butts over to a location and get out. So that's cool. Maybe this kayak fishing is for me. I'll just chill out, take a nap. People will come into the chat and be all like, what the heck am I watching here? Am I watching some dude sleeping? Heck yeah, dog. It's like I'm Snozook. You're watching me nap. We're gonna hit the side. I'll take a look to see if there's some fossils here, Snozook. How's the stream doing, guys? I gotta make sure that I'm somewhere where the stream is gonna be good. Signal strength wise. I'm hung up again. I'm free. Yo, Unlimited, this is weird, bro. What's up, bro? What is this all about? I might as well turn on some football games right here and be like, what's up, dudes? I'm just here, relaxing, all cool, just shooting some shad outside of the school when a couple of fry, they were up to no good. They ate my swim bait the best they could. I caught one little bass and my monitor got scared. She said, get your butt home because you look like you're just relaxing. Like, what is this? What am I doing right now? This is the Lounging Bassassin. What's up? What's happening? I mean, has Freedom Marine taken all of my will? The fact that I never got a call back. Is this the stages of whatever? Currently, I'm in acceptance. Hey, dragonflies, I know I look chill, but I will not stand for you doing that on me. Go do that somewhere else, bro. We need not speak of what you were trying to do on me, bro. That was very disrespectful. All right, guys, so it looks like there's a shad ton of fish either underneath me or a little off to the right. We are in 35 feet of water. This is ridiculous. But hey, guys, this is just a testament to how chill you guys could be if you won this kayak in the 100K subscriber giveaway. Now, of course, we got to get there, but if you were to win it, watch out. Look, you could just be chilling like this, dog. Be like, what's up, guys? Am I going to catch a fish? Am I not going to catch a fish? We don't know. I mean, we've caught fish, but you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody knows right now. I'm even throwing a bait that's still kind of like torn up. I could change it and throw a bait that's less torn up, but how much commitment do I have right now? I know there's fish underneath me. There's bait all around. I feel like I could still catch one on this. Wake me up, guys, when I guess technically when September ends, because it seems like that is the problem here. So what we're gonna do, guys, is we're gonna continue for a little bit longer. We're gonna do our thing and we're gonna contemplate life. Let's contemplate life, guys. What is the meaning of life? Is it to go around and chase these green guys? I don't know. Maybe I'm getting too much time for my mind to rest. The kayak is like a vision quest. Am I dehydrated? Am I just rambling on? Just looking at stuff and being all like, well, you know, that cloud kind of reminds me of. We're in 20, well, I believe we're in like 30 some feet of water, but that bait ball that is underneath me is making it seem like we are in 20 some feet of water, but we are not. We are running a swim bait underneath and we are getting stuck. So let's get unstuck. And there we are, we're unstuck. Would you look at that? We're unstuck. How nice. Who am I right now, guys? We're running out of shade, though. I will tell you that. So this is not the optimal position to be when you don't have shade, because then the sun is hitting your entire body and you're just kind of like, what the heck? Now I'm getting hotter. And I didn't even think that was possible, bro. But apparently it is. Let's throw this. There's some bait right there that you guys might be able to see. We're going to throw it, try and come through underneath it. Look like a stupid bait fish that left the school. After a couple more casts, oh, you're in the jump over here, huh? After a couple more casts with this swim bait, I'm going to throw a shaky head out here. I'm going to pick one off with a shaky head, and then at that point in time, we will bid you all adieu. All right, Rob is trying to let us know about other marinas. So, Rob, currently, boss, Freedom is the closest one to us. So, you know, we were going to Freedom because it was right there and they were handling business. All right, so let me throw a shaky head out here, guys. I will catch another fish and then we will be bidding you adieu, because I'm supposed to be, right now I'm supposed to be back at my house watching some college football, but you know, relaxing, all cool, just trying to catch a fish. Yeah, bro, that was the closest one to me, because, I mean, I could have gone to the one by Scottsboro. I forgot, Dawson or something like that. Dawson's Creek. I don't know what it is. If I can go 10 minutes from my house, let's say 15 minutes from my house, instead of having to drive to Scottsboro, well, that's cooler. Dang, bro, the Rob authorities are yelling at you now, Unlimited. Dang, Unlimited. You're in trouble now. I'm going to see you in a cell right next to me. You're going to be in a cell right next to me, Unlimited, and we're going to be looking at each other like, what the heck just happened here, bro? Weren't we just in a kayak? How did we get here? Guys, do we ever think that Snozook is hard of hearing, and that's why he yells everything? Or hard of seeing, and that's why he yells everything? I don't know what after party Unlimited's talking about. Okay, so relaxing on the kayak. We got blown off the spot. Wow. So the thing is, dog, that's the way he's come into the chat since day one. And I'm assuming he's answering on his phone, but he is somewhat, from what I've seen, technologically challenged, maybe. Let's call it that. Man, this is one of the most zen Rodcasts that we've had. Because we're just in another zone, bro. One, we're supposed to be off the water. Two, we're still in shock that we're in the kayak. Captain's log. It has been many a day since we have seen Silver. We assured Silver that the time that we would be separated would fly by, but instead it has been filled with burnt calories, pushing the Chevrolet legs to the limit. And dehydration. We wonder if Silver is feeling the same. How'd I get in 10 feet? Feeling the same emotions that we are. Does she miss us? Does she miss us? So, Roxy, I called him yesterday, and I got a non-committal answer. So that's why we're just kind of just floating around on a kayak, lost. We're just wondering, where is our next bite going to come from? As we deal with emotions of having to be on the kayak, is it as bad as my favorite hamster dying? I don't know. I've never had a hamster, so I'm gonna have to think about that for a little bit. Because one, I have to think about having multiple hamsters in order for I guess to have my favorite hamster, because how would I know that's my favorite hamster if I haven't had multiple hamsters to kind of figure out, oh yeah, that other hamster sucked and this one's the best, or whatever the case may be. So I got to think about that for a little bit. I got to think about, okay, why don't I like those other hamsters? Is it because they were very messy? Is it because they bit me? Is it because they were very distant. They didn't want to snuggle with me. I gotta see all these reasons why this hamster would be my favorite. Was it like my favorite color of hamster? Was it... I don't know. And then after that, once I've established why I didn't like those other hamsters and why this one is my favorite, then I'd be all like, okay, I understand why he's my favorite. Now, do I compare my favorite hamster? Because now I got to think about all the memories I had with that hamster. I got to make up fake moments. I got to be all like, oh, remember that time that the hamster was cruising in his ball and then I stepped on him and then I did a flip? Of course, I landed on my feet because I was in wrestling. But I did a flip, and then me and the hamster chuckled about it. We looked at each other, and I was like, ha, 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 hamster, you silly son of a fish. And then the hamster was just baby hamster chuckling. He's like, I don't even know how a hamster chuckles. What is it? I have no idea. That was my best attempt. Because, again, I've never had a hamster, so I don't know what noises they make. So yeah, then the hamster, we had some good times, and then maybe I gotta also know at what point in time the hamster came into my life. Did the hamster come into my life when it was a baby, and also when I was younger, or like right now? Is the hamster barely in my life and I'm like, I'm an adult, so things are not as nostalgic, as pure as they were when I'm a kid. Now I see life through the eyes of somebody who's lived a little bit. You know what I'm saying? No, Unlimited. We're in too deep now. There's no way we can forget about the hamster. We are now in too deep, and we're still thinking about this hamster. So this hamster, okay, we're going to assume that it was when I was younger that I had this hamster. So now I'm thinking about when I was in the onion fields, and every dollar counted. So that means that this hamster, I have to share food with him or something. Or I gotta give some of my money away to this hamster. So this hamster is now somewhat a burden on my monies. All right, I think that's a fish. All right, we're gonna leave with this fish right here, guys. We had to go a little shallow to get this fool. And there you go. It's another largemouth. It's another largemouth. This is odd. I'm starting to see more largemouth than spotted bass. He's a good-looking fish, bro. Very young. Other than that shot that I just gave him to the face that bloodied him up a little bit. Other than that, he looks like a very... I assume this fish does not have problems with the ladies. It's a good-looking fish. Now, on this side, he's going to have a little bit of a scar. So that's going to help him with the ladies. But watch out, bro. Boom. He interrupted my hamster story. So, yeah, bros. It's difficult to tell if it is losing my hamster type of emotion right here. Because that hamster... he now is starting to sound like he's costing me money. Why would I have gotten a hamster when my family was not well off? So why would I get a hamster? if I got a hamster, he's basically becoming a burden on the family. So maybe, even though he's my favorite hamster, for the familia, I had to dispose of him. Now this became a dark story because it was my favorite hamster, but in order for my family to survive, I had to get rid of my hamster. And how did I get rid of him? I don't know. This is very complicated. You see what you did here, Unlimited? So, yeah, bro. Right now, guys, I'm just chilling right here because there's somebody at the ramp. I mean, I said we'd go until I caught a fish. And thankfully, I caught that fish. But now I'm a little concerned about this hamster. Does this hamster die at my hands? Because this complicates it, bro. Because what if... I mean, of course, I've said that my family was not well off. So what if the hamster, it's a somewhat of an old yeller type situation where I'm like, no, Dad, Hammy's my hamster. And then I got to take the hamster out because my dad's all like, yo, bro, this hamster's costing too much in feed. So we're going to have to do something about that. And I'm all like, oh, jefe, no. Watch out, jefe. I'll take him out. That's my homie, jefe. And then he's all like, okay, go ahead. And then we go through the whole process. Because what do I tell Hammy? I'm assuming his name's Hammy. For now, it'll be Hammy. What do I tell him? What do I tell him as we walk by? Like, as we're walking out, do I tell him something along the lines of mice and men and tell him, yo, Hammy, we're going to go to that farm that I promised you. Remember that farm? And hopefully this is not a spoiler alert hopefully it's not a spoiler to all you guys. But I'm like, remember that farm we're always talking about? And then Hammy's all like, yeah, chirp, chirp, chirp. I mean, squeak, 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 not chirp, chirp. Because I would have kept Hammy if he was a bird hamster, because that would be money. So he's not a bird hamster. He's just a regular hamster. And he's there and he's all like, all right, squeak, squeak, squeak. And then I'm like, okay, Hammy, you are hearing me, right? I'm taking you to that farm that I promised you. And then I take him to like somewhere out in the desert. And I end up having to do what I got to do. I don't know. Now, I'm torn because I'm helping my family, but I'm also essentially, in theory, allegedly hurting my homie. He's my favorite hamster. And I don't know how I had multiple hamsters and my family drawing the line at this one hamster, which ends up being my favorite one. So this is a little complicated and confusing. But, okay, so I tell him, yo, Hammy, what's up, bro? You're going to that farm. And Hammy's all like, squeak, squeakity, squeak, squeaks, bro. And I'm like, that was a good one, Hammy. And then I kind of feel bad because maybe I don't take Hammy out. Oh, bro. See, the humor in this fluke is the fact that this never happened. But Unlimited made us go down this, let's call it a hamster hole. Well, maybe we won't call it that because that's also kind of weird. Let's call it a rabbit hole just because that is the known wording that people usually do. So Unlimited made us go down this rabbit hole because we're trying to figure out if these moments without the boat are like losing our favorite hamster. But we don't have a hamster. We've never had a hamster. So we're essentially living it live right now. We're trying to figure out what we do. So now we're out in the desert, me and Hammy. He's just happy as can be. He's all like, dude, you brought me outside the cage. I was like, what's up, dog? You know how we do. And then at this point in time, at this point in time, do I have Hammy? These little guys. Do I have Hammy dealt with, or do I just let Hammy free in the desert? That's a great question. I don't know the answer to that just yet, as we are living it as we speak. So currently there's a spotted bass inside this kayak that I will find out where. Oh, hey, what's up, dog? He's just right here, guys. All right, this spotted bass right here bit my shaky head, interrupted my Hammy story, but that is a second fish. Iwashalo, bros. That is how we get down here. He was a fatty, so there's no way he's breaking the 3-ounce limit. There's another one. Oh, he threw my shaky head into me and caused me to hook my shirt. But we're good. So let's hang out in this shade right here while this other boat goes to the ramp, because we waited and now there's a second boat at the ramp. So yes, do we... Oh, here's a third option. We could have got Hammy, and we could have basically raised our hand and hoped that a hawk would come and get Hammy. And then at that point in time, technically it wasn't us, but you know, we could have tried to protect Hammy. But at that point in time, well, Hammy, I don't know what you're gonna do. So yeah, bros, now that I see Hammy was a burden, but it turned into an Old Yeller type story, now I understand the depth of the emotions that were involved in my favorite hamster. And, son of a gun, missed him. And because of that, now we can equate it, or attempt to the sensation of not having the boat and just kind of having to relax all cool out here. So based on what I've seen in my mind's eye, Unlimited, since you are the one who equated it to such things that do not exist, thanks to my mind's eye, I think this is not as bad as when I had to take out Hammy, my favorite hamster, out to the desert and do Old Yeller type things in order for the family to prosper. So, yep, I'm gonna go with, nah, bro. It does suck, but it is not as bad as losing my favorite hamster at some point not in my life. So I think we finally he got put 6 inches under. Pobre Hammy. And from here on out, guys, we will do it for Hammy. We will do it for Hammy. Oh, man. We will do it for Hammy, guys. I'm probably even going to get a tattoo that says, do it for Hammy. Pobre Hammy. Because so it was either Hammy or one of my siblings. So obvious choice, not so obvious, because, you know, sometimes my siblings, they aggravate me. So it's like Hammy never gave me any problems. He only gave me smiles. So like at that point in time, I think I probably did weigh it a little bit and was all like, okay, can I get rid of one of these fools, like my older brother that you guys know? I was like, can I get rid of this fool without anybody noticing? That way I can keep Hammy. Should I get rid of my brother? But then I kind of felt like my mom would notice. Because she would be all like, why is my life so much easier? Mijo, why is my life so much easier? And I'll be like, I don't know, Mom. Why? Even though I don't call her Mom, I call her Chief. But like, I don't know, Chief. Why? Why could your life be so much easier? And she'd be like, Mijo, something's not right, Mijo. Right about now, I should be having a headache or some kind of issue that is uncalled for. And I mean, it just should never have happened. And I was like, yeah, I don't know, Chief. I don't know exactly why your life is so much better. And it'll just get weird. She's going to be all like, something's missing. And then she'll be like, wait a second. I know what it is. Where's your brother? And I'll be like, what brother? You know what brother I'm talking about. And why is that hamster still here? And I'm like, Chief, I kinda lost my brother. And then she'll be all like, what? I'm like, well, I'm out to the desert and he lost. Like, where'd this fool go? And I just assumed he'd be able to find his way back, but you know, Chief. So it would be a situation like that. I did contemplate it, even though none of this really happened. I did contemplate it at the time. And I determined, oh man, these guys are barely walking up the ramp. They've been sitting there. Even though I did contemplate it now for a totally fictitious story. But yeah. Hammy or my brother? I don't know. It would have been tough. So I'm telling you, when I'm young, all I'm thinking about is, man, my brother sure does make me mad. And he was probably mean to Hammy because he knew Hammy was my best bud. And he was all like, I know how to make this guy cry. And then he started torturing Hammy. And I was like, no, let him go. Let him go. And he's like, look at this little wuss. He's over here crying because of his stupid hamster. And I'll be like, you better let Hammy go, man. When I grow up, I'm going to beat you up, bro. I'm going to friggin' almost pop your head off on my boat. Okay, bro? I'm not going to forget about this. And be like, yeah, whatever, dog. I don't care. And then next thing you know, boat jitsu. My brother almost has his head popped off on the boat. You know, just different things like that. Now, some pieces of that story may have happened, but some of it may not have happened. Man, Rexy, why did Unlimited say that you're a stupid man? Because you're snoring in your work truck? Dude, that kind of sounds like a... I mean, I'm not going to advocate for people sleeping on the job, but that kind of sounds like maybe not so dumb of a man. You know what I'm saying? He knows. He's like, you know what, I'm going to take a little nap. They're paying me for it. And I'm not advocating for that, guys, as I would not do so. But I'm just saying, why is Unlimited saying those things about you? You barely got here, Rexy. And this guy's over here saying, oh, you're a stupid man. Shh, cálmate, Unlimited. We got to be welcoming to the homies. Oh, man. I can't believe it, Rexy. Unlimited is usually better behaved than that. I don't know what. Maybe he had a hamster and it hit him hard and he's just not taking it well. And he's like, you know what, man? This reminds me of my hamster, bro. I can't believe you had to do that to Hammy, bro. Oh, man. And now whenever someone says, oh, well, okay, we're not going to get too graphic, but I'll tell you that I did not have a weapon when I was younger, so I couldn't bust an old yeller. So let's just say I had to pull a hammy. And now anytime someone says, oh, man, he pulled a hammy, I just have a little tear that builds up in my eye and I get a little sad. So I was like, he did what? He pulled a hammy. And I'm like, oh, my God. And then they're all like, hey, man, did you pull your hammy one time? And I was like, shut up, bro. I don't want to talk about it. And then next thing you know, these fools they're a little confused. All right, so Fluke Daddy had a sister who stabbed him with a fork. Okay. Well, I'm not sure if that was real because my story was not. It was just an understanding of, we were trying to get deeper into the emotion of losing your favorite hamster, as we never have. So you can all thank Unlimited for that story. That did not happen ever. All right, guys, they're loading up their boat. Here's the thing. I'm going to have a mic off moment, so I'll see you guys in a bit. I see that Roxy has asked if we've moved on from Hammy. Well, we haven't moved on from Hammy. And as a good homie, we'll never move on from Hammy, because Hammy, may you rest in imaginary peace, because you were one of the good ones, dog. You were one of the OGs, dog. Let's do a time check. Psh, bruh. It's already past 11-ish. Got stabbed in the hip. Bros, I think the only thing that probably kept my siblings from attempting to stab me, or us just destroying each other. Okay, so that's a lot of abrasions on that line. Is that our parents would have destroyed us more than we would have found a way to destroy each other. So there were no survivor benefits. If we had stabbed one, well, you would think, oh, cool, I'm the winner. Oh no, dog. You are the loser, because then what would happen to you was unknown. It would be totally unknown. Would you survive? Unknown. Now, I can't believe Creel left and didn't get to hear the Hammy story. And again, guys, we can all thank Unlimited for the Hammy story. Unlimited, I appreciate you having made me relive that moment, bro. Because all the moments in our past, they determine who we are. And that right there, my friends, that thing that didn't happen to me, but we acted like it did, and we created a fictitious favorite animal of ours, that right there is a chapter in our lives that we never lived, but currently lived, and we're better for it. We learned from it. Wow, son of a gun, here comes another boat. What's the deal here? Is everybody leaving when I'm leaving? So Creel was lucky, but not completely lucky. Man, Rexy ain't got no love for Hammy. All right, Rexy. The battle lines have been drawn. The battle lines have been drawn, Rexy. We don't take kindly to the disparaging remarks, to any disparaging remarks of Hammy. We do not take kindly to those, bro. Say what you will about me. Say what you will about krill. Say what you will about my fishing. But to say that you did not appreciate the sharing of this hammy story. Oh, man, bro. I can't believe it, bro. I cannot believe that Rexy would just come into the game just like that.